Hi. Hi, how are you? What's your place? Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm playing with alarms. Since she's
Is that home? She's like it though. I'm going to move Jeff's computer so it doesn't get bounced or fall or whatever.
I think it's from the picture.
I'm sorry, I thought it was yours, Kathy. You told me that. I forgot it. Well, it's Jeff's.
That's what they call you. In charge. You're like better influence. I'll do the best I can. You're like, what do you want? I mean, actually, like, I think it's best I can get it. So do you want? She, that's right. Yeah.
Come on, let's go. All right, everybody, sit down, ready? Get ready. We got Chandler George coming up here now. Chandler's going to talk to you guys on internet marketing, media marketing, and everything you can do to get your name to the top of the Google list, whatever the hell that is. Chandler's been doing this for a long time, and he knows his business as well as anybody I know. So pay attention and listen, and he can probably help you get some new business. Chandler,
Cheer us up. Cheer you up. I think I will.
Yes, no kidding.
I'm very anti-insurance, so there's one cheer up right there.
Yeah.
I like you. Yeah, you can like me. I got Facebook, Twitter. I'm on everything. So you got like me. I am a chiropractor. I do. As they say, I do have a license and I carry, but I don't practice. Okay. So, kind of like Jeff, I practiced for 18 years. I have a license for 26 years. I haven't practiced the last 8 years, but I had medical skin centers. I had medical practices with chiropractic. I had medical weight loss centers. I had breast mammography centers. And the last one was a medical skin center in South Lake, Texas. This was all in North Texas. Weatherford, Mineral Wells, Dallas, Fort Worth. I come from a long line of chiropractors, the Honeycutts, Arvo Honeycutt, Weldon Honeycutt, Cecil Honeycutt's an eye doctor, Stephen Honeycutt, who's an MD the last 15 years in Colorado, and he was a chiropractor before that. He's in his 60s. Most of these chiros are in their 60s and 80s. I'm 50, so I've been out 26 years at a park, one person park. My dad was Charles George chiropractor in Duncanville. So I know the profession, subluxation, everything ties to that subluxation. My internet marketing ties to the subluxation. I just want you to know that. Everything ties to the subluxation. But one reason I didn't practice anymore is my back was rebuilt with prolotherapy. I'm really big into alternative medicine because of what it's done for me and others around the world. I had a lot of herniated disc, and so even though I had associates, I still liked occasionally getting my hands on the patients, right? It's what I grew up watching my dad do and my uncles. But I couldn't do it anymore because they were always purple or blue or gold, something like that. It didn't matter. So I had it rebuilt and had 39 injections about every 2 weeks from an osteopath about 7 years ago. And the next year I'm getting stem cell in with the prolotherapy to make it even stronger and better because they're pretty messed up and extruded. And during the summers, I like to live in Breckenridge, and I climb mountains. And so we climb mountains and do a lot of crazy stuff, and you got to have a good back to do that because the backpack and all the stuff you carry gets a little heavy after a while. So that's kind of a little bit of the background. How I got into internet marketing with the marketing was from my own clinics. I'm a little ADD, ADHD, and when I had all these different clinics, I would like build them up and go on board. I felt like I was tapped out. Did all I could. So I learned I can make money real quick selling them. So I'd quickly turn around and sell them. And we got from 10 years, 5.5 years, 3 years, to the last one was 20 months from 2006 to 2008 that we built it from scratch and sold it for a patient list of 5,000 in South Lake, Texas in 2008. So the key to the whole thing every time was the internet. We got better and better at the internet. My wife is an IT MBA person on the internet, and I always had a curious mind on the internet. So we started with Corey Ruddle in 1997 on the internet. He was the head of the Internet Marketing Center out of Canada, and that's where it all came from, pretty much in the States. What I'm going to go over is not the technical stuff because I have a little bit less than an hour now, but it's basically how it's going to apply to your practice and also how to make it legal. The first thing with a lot of the clinics is just flat out not legal. Now, who in the world cares? I mean, right off the bat, who in the world cares? I'm a chiropractor, so in my mind, how I'm helping y'all, it helps me see more patients, even though I'm not seeing patients anymore. It's about seeing the patients and doing the right thing. I don't give a crap about this insurance and all this other stuff, and never did. I never was in network. My MDs weren't in network. When I had 3 MDs at one time and had a truck just for them to drive around. It's about marketing and helping people that truly want your services and getting them better by their definition, not by yours. Because your definition, if it's like mine, is a little bit skewed. It's by the patient's definition. So I always saw with my dad before 1977, and he never did take insurance, it was about the patient perception, and they always paid cash. It was $4 when we started. We moved to Duncanville in '68, $4 an adjustment. But if you look at it now, with the economies and stuff, when I started, we were still just getting $20, an adjustment. Mineral Wells in 1988. And you look at it now, it's not that much more. It's crazy. And then I learned when I had a med spa that people were begging me when they realized there was a chiropractor behind the whole thing. They're like, well, adjust me. And I go, okay, for $117, I'll adjust you. And they did. And so all of a sudden I was making more money cash doing that than I was over in Carrollton when I had a practice, but they saw me as a chiropractor. Right? Over here they knew I was a chiropractor, but it was a whole different, it was backdoor. They didn't see me as a chiropractor up front. They saw me dealing as a medical skin center with MPs, TAs, and 2 medical doctors running this big skin center. So perception is everything. The internet is part of that perception. So right off the bat, and Kathy has seen me do this for 10 years, I usually would turn off the lights and say, Martha, Martha, what do you want, Joe? What is it? Well, I just got off the tractor and my left butt cheek's hurting. I mean, it's hurting bad. I don't care, Joe. What do you want me to do about it? Martha, call the chiropractor. It's Sunday. I don't think he works. I don't care. Call the chiropractor anyway. You still have one of those old phone book things? Well, I think I do. Let's look. Well, what's your problem? Joe, it's my left butt cheek pain. Well, all they have in here, Joe, is sciatica. I don't know what the hell that is. I have left butt cheek pain, not sciatica. Well, what else can you find? Well, this one chiropractor says he does hemorrhoids. Another one says he does allergy, blood removal, put it back into your body and your pain be gone. I mean, y'all seen the phone books. You know I'm telling you the truth. It's all in there. But there's not a left butt cheek pain. Yet, according to the internet, the #1 search term a few years ago in the state of Texas is not right. A bunch of lefties, I'm a lefty. A bunch of lefties, yes, left butt cheek pain. So, if you had wanted to grow your practice, one of your key terms would have been left butt cheek pain, would it not? And you would have been found. So, then, Martha had to call the daughter and say, get your phone. Use your phone and find me a chiropractor. Find someone who can do something. Same problem. No left butt cheek pain. It was all sciatica, right? And terms like that they didn't understand. So it doesn't work. That's not what they're really looking for, is it? So the whole thing is to be found. I hear all this insurance stuff. I know it's much more than this because, again, I did all the same stuff, and these guys are expert at what they do, and I had them do my MDDC stuff back in the day, and in the 90s I had MDDC and did all that, and it's wonderful. But the marketing can totally take away the pain of all this other crap if you market correct. It's got to be legal, it's got to be ethical, and it's got to be phenomenal. And most of y'all sucks. I already know 1 or 2 of you, but if I go in there and look it up, which if you want to give me your website, I can look it up here and we'll dissect it and just see. The problem is I don't know if you want him to see it, but we can dissect it and see what we got and make it better. But right off the bat, if this helps you, and then I'll tell you what's going on up here, do you have a privacy statement? Do you have disclaimers? You have all the legal mumbo jumbo, which you have to have on the backside of your website to be a true website and for it to work. If not, Google, forget the board, Google will penalize you and slap you and you won't be found. I got friends as doctors around the country who've literally lost $2 million a year because Google slapped them. And they're still slapping because your website sucks. And Google has said, if it doesn't help our searchers find what they're looking for, like butt cheek pain instead of sciatica, then I'm going to be sure you're not found, even though you're spending a fortune on pay-per-click and all this other crap. And they'll let you do that. They'll take your money for pay-per-click. But in terms of organic search, you won't be found. So disclaimers, privacy statements, and I can show you examples. All of these things you must have directly at the bottom of every page on your website